Hello and welcome back to the Fight for Liberty podcast. I'm your host, JJ, and today I will be co-hosting alongside my wonderful co-host, Alfie. How's it going, Alfie?
Hey. It is going well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I believe we missed last week, so our apologies for that. But we are here now with a great episode planned for you. Anything else we need to talk about in terms of podcast news before we get into it? I'm trying to think.
Not really anything recent. Next week might be a little tough. We'll try to figure that out. But there's a chance we may have to go the week after that in terms of the episode. But other than that, no, I think we're good.
All right. And with that, let us get into it, shall we? First article here comes from ABC News. Possible U.S. indictment of former Cuban President Raul Castro in coming days, sources say. The U.S. could announce a possible criminal indictment of former Cuban President Raul Castro in the coming days. Sources familiar with the matter have said. The investigation, which is being done in the Southern District of Florida, has centered around the 1996 shoot-down of planes that were operated by the humanitarian group Brothers to the Rescue. News of a possible indictment would come as President Trump seeks to turn his attention to Cuba. Earlier this month, Trump said that the operation in Iran, quote, said that after the operation in Iran, quote, Cuba is going to be next, end quote. Okay, I can understand why there's been some speculation that Cuba would be next. Quote, taking over Cuba almost immediately, end quote. All right. I don't think that we really need like sources to confirm. He kind of just said it. Cuban foreign. Yeah, he literally said Cuba is going to be next. We're going to take over Cuba. Cuban Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez has warned that the United States is going on a, quote, dangerous path that could lead to a, quote, bloodbath in Cuba. In response to Cuba's continued rhetoric about taking over the country, Rodriguez said that there has been no progress in talks between the two countries. In a sit-down interview with ABC News' Whit Johnson in Havana earlier this month, Rodriguez said that he takes Trump's threats, quote, very seriously, and that Cuba will exercise its right for legitimate defense if attacked militarily. So far, the Trump administration has relied on economic tactics to pressure Cuba, including a blockade earlier this year, cutting off Havana's access to foreign oil shipments, including those from Venezuela. CIA Director John Ratcliffe met with Cuban officers in Havana this week. The agency said the U.S. is, quote, prepared to engage with Cuba on economic and security issues, but only if Cuba makes fundamental changes. And that is the end of the article. What do you think about this, Alfie?
This didn't really talk a whole lot about Raul Castro.
I think he's just going to be arrested.
Well, I mean, my question is like, how? But I don't even know where he resides.
Maduro Part 2.
Maduro Part 2. Is he? And he's a 94. But I guess to be fair, that they've done like trials of like SS guards and stuff.
That's true.
The old ones, so Where does
Yeah.
Raul Castro live? I'm assuming he lives in Cuba. I mean, my only question, even though that's pretty obvious, thinking like, how do you do that if that's like someone else's country? You can't just like go in and take someone and then put them on trial. Well, I mean, we did that with
I was about
Maduro,
to
so
say
that
Maduro
makes
Part
sense.
2.
Maduro part two. So yeah, he the Castro regime, both Fidel and Raul Castro, they're very evil people. So in terms of, I mean, I would support it more on a moral, like if you want to have a conversation about, the evils that they've done. But in terms of legality, um, I'm
Questionable.
not 100% sure if this was legal. I mean, same with
Yeah.
Maduro, but like I was,
True. That was a little bit
but
different.
I don't know how comfortable we want to get with just snagging people left and
No,
right.
that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, it could go either way. I mean, it sounds like it's going to happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be fine with him being snagged, but I understand the skepticism and
Right.
the opposition to it. Mainly, like I just said, the legality aspect of it.
Yeah.
But
Same.
yeah, and the other part of the article where it talks about like taking over Cuba. Um, I don't know how I feel about that.
51st state.
We, I feel like we've talked like over varying episodes. We've said so many different like countries being new states. Like you said, like
That's true.
Norway, Germany, Canada,
Canada. I'm pretty sure we said Venezuela.
Venezuela, now Cuba, maybe Mexico. I don't even know anymore. I've lost
This
count.
podcast. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, do you blame us? Look at the kind of articles we're talking about here.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Cuba was a great country before socialism ruined it. It
We talked about it. Weren't they not just having the protests there?
oh yeah,
We
that
were
was
talking about,
like a few episodes ago where they like it was
yeah.
like set on something set on fire, I think. Like it
They
was nuts and
like
there were gunshots, I think.
they dragged all the furniture out of a building, out of like a government building, and burned all the furniture in a street. If I remember correctly, I mean, like a bonfire.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some unrest. There's some unrest within the country.
Yeah. I think I've said this before with Iran too. It's preferable if the people rise up rather than us installing our own
Rather than
little
some
satellite
intervention.
state. Yeah.
True. I agree.
But I think actually saw Nick Shirley go to Cuba recently and interview people about socialism. And like the citizens were all very opposed to it, very opposed to the regime of. Oh, I suppose we'll wait. Oh, there he is.
I'm sorry about that, but I'm back now, I think. Um, yeah, we should be good now. Okay, sorry about that brief bug. I don't know what happened. What was the last thing you said?
Oh, I was talking about how Nick Shirley interviewed folks in Cuba and asking them about Cuba's socialism, and
Oh
they
yeah,
were
right. I
obviously
was gonna.
very
I
opposed.
I was going to say that most people living in socialism or living in communism are opposed to it. Most people not living in it aren't opposed to it because they like the idea of it, but in practice, it's impossible.
Yeah, very unethical too.
Yes, true.
Yeah, the only people I love that quote. The only people who like socialism are the dictators and the people who have never lived under it.
True. It's true.
Citizens.
It's true. Yeah, that's very true. There's no, I don't think that there's really any situation where there's somebody living in socialism in history that's been like, you know what, this isn't that bad.
Yeah,
because it is that bad. It is that bad.
yeah, yeah. I don't know how that'll be. I don't want Cuban Missile Crisis and Bay of Pigs Part 2.
True.
That would be really bad.
No, we don't want that. Anything else we want to say on the topic?
Just be careful, Trump.
Yes. Don't get too involved in other countries. We got our own country to worry about here.
Yeah. True. Very true.
Yeah. Okay, next up here, this comes from, I can't tell, I think the news is just called Independent. So Independent News, maybe? I don't know. I'm not positive. Headline reads, dozens arrested as tens of thousands join rival London protests. There's some video footage, but we'll just go over that. If you're interested in some video footage, just look up the headline as read and go watch it. It's like the 50-second clip, but it's just of the protests. Tens of thousands gathered in London for Tommy Robinson's Tommy Robinson's Unite the Kingdom march and a pro-Palestine Nakba Day rally. As police mounted a £4.5 million operation, pound meaning the currency, not weight, pound operation to prevent clashes between rival groups. Is £4.5 million officers? Like they're each that weight?
Big officer.
Stop resisting. Like just being wheeled in like a wheelchair.
Do we need to be wheeled in like a
like
a massive circle or something?
Like a reinforced forklift.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. At least 43 people were arrested across both demonstrations for a quote variety of offenses. They thought too hard. The Metropolitan Police said, adding that while the number quote may seem high, to this point both protests have produced largely without significant incident. So they're like, hey, sure, we've arrested a lot of people, but I mean, we haven't had any problems yet, have we?
Well, I'm curious what they were arrested for, and I will say that like 43 out of like tens of thousands of people is it's a pretty small percent. So yeah. So, but I'm curious what those individuals were arrested for.
Yeah, we'll see if it goes into any more detail beyond a variety of offenses, because that seems like a pretty dismissive news statement.
Yeah.
More than 4,000 officers were deployed to the Capitol, with 660 being drafted in from forces outside the Met to prepare for an unprecedented security operation. Armored vehicles, police horses, dogs, drones, and helicopters were also on the scene. It estimated that more than 80,000 people attended the marches. Honestly, kind of fair to have that high police presence with 80,000 people. I think that that's pretty valid, considering what has gone down here in the States with less people in terms of protests than devolving into rioting.
Yeah. So what is it like?
And thousands more traveled to the capital for the FA Cup final at Wembley Stadium, making it one of the busiest policing days in years. Wait, wow, over 80,000 people, over 4,000 police officers with armored vehicles and stuff, and only 43 people got arrested.
Wow.
That's just really impressive, honestly.
Yeah. And that's like one police officer for like 20 people. So
Yeah, true. At the Tommy Robinson protest, herds of demonstrators set off from Kingsway decked in Union flags, while others carried the flag of the opposition to the Iranian regime. Nice. There were loud chants of "We want Stromer out" and Tommy Robinson as protesters gathered on Kingsway in central London ahead of the march. Many protesters were wearing "Make England Great Again" mega red hats. hey, they stole our American drip.
it's an England thing.
And others true, and others draped themselves in Union flags. Some protesters at the front of the march were carrying wooden crosses and chanted "Christ is King." Mr. Robinson called Mr. Robinson called for crowds gathered for his protests to locally get involved in politics when he spoke on stage. He said, quote, "Are you ready for the Battle of Britain? 2029, we have an election. We're not asking anyone to go out and fight, but this is the most important moment in our generation." I mean, good. Don't go out and fight, just vote.
Yeah.
If you don't send messages in our next election, if you don't register to vote, if you don't get involved, if you don't become activists, we are going to lose our country forever. Probably true. This is a very, very important election for them. It will definitely dictate what will happen for the future of their country, whichever direction it goes.
That's a
Other
cool
speakers.
picture.
Which one?
They're like a bunch of people waving English flags and Union Jack flags, but surrounding Winston Churchill, defending him.
Oh, I see that. Here, let me show that. Showing it on screen for those of you viewing. Yeah, that's a pretty cool picture. And the flares and stuff.
Yeah, that goes hard.
It does. And again, it's peaceful. So
yeah,
I like it. Other speakers included former Apprentice candidate Katie Hopkins, television personality Ant Middleton, former actor Lawrence Fox, and former Conservative MP Andrew Bridgen. Organizers estimated at least 250,000 people walked through central London to mark, quote, Nakaba Day. Many carried place cards carrying slogans such as "Nurses, not nukes," "Free Palestine," and "Stop arming Israel." However, police previously estimated 30,000 would attend, but it ended up being 80. Wow.
80 people. No, I'm just kidding.
80 people? We got a pretty big turnout. They're all just like standing there with their hands in their pockets, like just 80 dudes. 80 dudes surrounded by 4,000 cops with like helicopters circling like armored vehicles. MP Diane Abbott told demonstrators that those gathered faced a common enemy in the far right. Meanwhile, former Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn told supporters that Westminster needed a change in policy, not personalities. Well said. The Your Party co-founder, who was greeted by loud cheers from the crowd, said, quote, "Whatever happens to Keir Starmer, I don't know if he's going to survive the coup. We should know about coups. I know about coups. I know what goes on." Okay.
He saw something.
Yeah, he knows things, dude. He knows about them. He knows what goes on. Um, but I would say if there's to be a change, it's got to be a change of policy, not the personalities. He added to those he added, quote, to those in reform and the far right that do so much to attack us all and attack our communities. Your hatred can succeed in dividing people, but your hatred will not build one council house, will not improve one hospital, will not teach one child, will not end someone's homeless life on the streets in London. The only thing that can change the only thing that can change that is a change of economic, social, and international policy. That's what brings us together, end quote. Or end speech. Ahead of the demonstrators, Met Police Deputy Assistant Commissioner James Harmon said the police operation would cost the force 4.5 million, with 1.7 million being used on bringing in officers from other forces to boost numbers. Wow. That's the end of the article. I'm curious what 4.5 million pounds is to USD.
It's probably roughly similar.
It's almost 6 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Give or take.
Anything you want to, or what do you want to say on the matter?
I think the UK is definitely boiling. It's
I agree.
Sometimes when I think it's bad here, and it is pretty bad here, I look to England, and ooh, yikes!
It's like you're like, man, it could be worse. It could be worse. No, that's a good point.
It might get worse, but you know, it's really bad there. Keir Starmer is just an awful man. He needs to go, and I think it's pretty nuts to call all these people far right. If they're trying to like say, you know, they're like fascists or white supremacists, there probably are some within that group, but I guarantee you the majority just want to prioritize their nation, love Britain, and make them great again.
Mega.
What are your thoughts?
I agree. Yeah. I mean, I hope that they see a significant change. I know that they have pretty terrible laws on a number of different fronts. They got pretty terrible immigration laws, as far as I know. They got pretty terrible like speech policies. They got pretty terrible policies on all of that. And I hope that they can get that cleaned up. I think that a significant change is needed, and I think that honestly, such a large turnout with so few incidents is awesome. 80,000 people with only 43 being arrested. That's phenomenal. I see nothing wrong with that at all. I think that kind of shows that they're just fed up and want to change. And again, like you said, you can call them far right, but what they were doing was not hateful. They weren't out there being violent. They weren't out there, you know what I mean, causing problems or acting a fool. They were out there standing for what they believe in, and you got to respect that. Hopefully, there's a significant change via the next election. Honestly, 80,000 people, isn't that like all of London? Like, how big is London realistically? Like, it's got to be like.
That's probably. Actually, I don't even know the population in London. It's got to be.
I think London's
close to a million.
Like. So.
More than that. Whoa! Wow. Okay, it is.
Wait, what is it?
About 9 million people.
Holy cow! Goodness. Okay, yeah, I wasn't really expecting that either. I
thought like the top like ones were like Shanghai, Tokyo, New York. I did not know. Istanbul, I think. or Constantinople. Here, hold on. Actually, I'm curious about that. Which
Do you know
is
what
the most?
the population of California is 40 million?
Yeah, California alone. Yeah,
California alone. So
it could be our own country.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what made me think that London's pretty small. And it's still bigger than I was expecting, but that's still pretty small in comparison.
Yeah,
California is bigger in terms of land space, though, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it's at least close, if not bigger.
yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to find the world's most populated cities. Hold on. I'm trying to find a chart. I think I just read that Jakarta in Indonesia is 42 million. That's a lot of people.
There's a lot. My goodness.
Wait. Okay, that's interesting. I just went to another site and Jakarta's not even close. Okay, that's weird. Maybe that one just lied. 42 million does sound like a lot of people in one city.
It's a big city.
Yeah. So yeah, there's New Delhi, Shanghai, Beijing, Moscow. Quite a bit of cities. Yeah, the big ones. A lot of them are Chinese, obviously, because they have like 1 point something billion. Lots of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
What I wanted to point out, I
Mhm.
sent the picture in the so you're able to see it too. I can't
Yeah,
find a
that up.
single English or Union Jack flag in that.
Dude, the image is slowly loading in on stream. Like,
That does it do that like
yeah, it's about halfway.
halfway is like where most of
Yeah, you can see
where
most
you
of the flags by now.
yeah.
See here, what do we got? We got it's not a crime to act against genocide. Oh, wait.
Stop Trump, stop Farage. What's that?
I'm having trouble zooming.
Oh, okay.
This is American again. Or America again in the back. I can't tell what that is. What if it's Make England America again or something?
Yeah, I don't know what that sign says.
Wait, does it say
Oh wait, it says "Make America something again."
what though? I'm really wait. How do you wait? Just do is it arrow keys? I'm trying to figure out how to zoom and like drag around. Oh, I figured it out.
I just like click on the area I want to zoom in.
I figured out I can click and hold middle mouse wheel, and I can drag it around.
Yeah.
It's a cool picture. Cool picture as well. But yeah, you're right. Not a single one.
Yeah. But my confusion is that like these protests are like not even like directly opposed. I mean like they're clashing. They're not but it's not like pro Palestine and pro Israel. It's pro
Anti both.
Palestine and
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
Well, it seemed that way. But
it's like
like
yeah, I don't know. I see what you mean. Like, there's not. I think like the only thing that they all have in common is they're all pro their country, their own country.
yeah, their own country, not
Yeah.
England.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like from what I've seen, like people like this aren't necessarily like just very like pro-Palestine, like going out of their way to wave a Palestinian flag, but more like just against like having Israel be like a major priority for the country. Not like, consciously thinking about Palestine, more so about their own country. But with these people, they're obviously waving all these Palestinian flags. So
True. I know what you mean.
yeah. Yeah. Any thoughts?
Not that I can think of, honestly. I'm just glad that they're able to do it respectfully. I'm glad that they were able to do it without incident. Because, like, imagine if that had gone bad and how detrimental that would have been. 80,000 people rioting and being violent. Yeah, I'm glad that they held their own and were respectful and civil about it while still trying to get their point across. I hope to see some positive change over there, honestly.
Yeah, I'm. Oh, sorry. What?
No, go ahead. I was going to ask if you had anything else to say.
Oh, yeah, I am glad. Like on both sides, like it seems pretty peaceful on both sides. Like it doesn't seem like, obviously, with that pretty low percentage of arrests, it seems that both sides participated pretty peacefully in protest.
And again, we don't even know what those 43 people got arrested for. It could have just been like a DUI on the way over. Yeah.
I don't know. Some people, I feel like, with population of protesters, or of the protest that big, there's probably bound to be some people that go a little nuts, crazy.
Oh yeah.
But I think this is good, but also at the same time, I definitely do think that something's got to be done in England, because there's a lot of bad. I fear like extremism on both sides. Like I wouldn't want there to be like potentially like an extreme conservative authoritarian regime, but there's definitely a pretty leftist authoritarian regime now. I just want one where the rights of the people, liberties of the people, freedom of speech, freedom of the press are for everybody.
Yeah. Makes sense.
I mean, I don't really know too much about like the inner political situation of Britain. I know a little bit, quite a bit, but I just hope all goes well and doesn't get bloody.
I agree. Anything else you want to say on the matter?
No, I think I said all that I wanted to say.
I agree. Let's see, we're at 33 minutes. A pretty good time to end it. So, thank you for watching. We will speak to you next time. Again, whether it be next week or what, we will talk to you as soon as we're back on.
But soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
The fight for liberty.